Post by Danilo Blandon. I won't disclose details, but yes, it was succinct and no chat at all, strictly business. These posts make me feel dumb, requesting an online drug dealer sell to me when I have other options, but he can't be bothered to even answer a PM. Post by Obfuscator. Don't take it personally. I think with all the scammers and phishers and irresponsible people who have found this site, vendors have to be extra careful with buyers that have not established good stats. Plus, imagine how many PMs these guys get every day. Post by Tabanoid. I get the impression that the solid vendors do get a ton of PMs and answering them can be time-consuming. Title: a post by Danilo Blandon. That's a good point, good perspective. It's obvious VMM is very busy. As for scamming, my first question was to confirm that he's want me to prepay. I need to build a track record, I totally dig that. And I encrypted my message. That might be another part of the slow no response. It seems like a good practice to do all the time, but I see some sellers here they dislike it. What I wrote seemed sensitive to me, or at least about me, and it doesn't take me long to decrypt a message, but I know how it is. If he's up to his eyeballs, he gets a message from a noob and it's encrypted. It's just one more damn thing. Post by TTOT. I found WG's better than VMMs. And it arrives much quicker. Post by Ketojigdaxivin. Just received my first order from WG, took 2 weeks to get to ounce, but that seems to be the norm going by previous orders from other vendors in US. I was blown away 3 times. First, the packaging just WOW. I obviously won't give it away, but WG's packaging should seriously be the benchmark for everyone else on this site. Second, no powder whatsoever, all lovely clear shards, some pretty decent size too and slightly overweight even though I paid a lower amount due to the sale. Third, work night, but I'm a curious ENT so chucked a beautiful 20 milligrams rock and vaped it. Dissolved very cleanly as it expected, and that little rock lasted ages. Felt it straight away as well, highly recommended. Post by Vroom Vroom. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the kind compliments, it really makes the hard work worth it. Vroom Vroom. The vendor was created because I purchased from another vendor eons ago and got nothing. No customer service, no timely response, and good thing ESO has a XXX section because I pretty much got told to go F myself. After that I got with a couple close friends, acquired equipment, and here we are. No customer of ours will ever have that kind of experience. Our goal, there's more than one guy working here, is to be the Amazon of vendors. The other vendors have equal or even better product, so we have to do what we can to earn your business. Customer service, prompt shipping, and our packaging, that's actually my work. I keep making refinements to make it better, is what we got to work with. We fell a little behind over this weekend with all the messages, the orders, and real-life crap. For example, the vacuum sealer died for no reason over the weekend. We made good with all the outstanding orders we could with extra product and express shipping. We figure no one is perfect, but we'll work hard at it and will always communicate what's going on and work with you to meet your expectations. In the unfortunate event that we can't, we'll come up with an amicable solution to make you happy. We're fair, we're not greedy at all, and we're in it to service you. We'll make a few bucks here and there, but our goal is to ensure you get what you want, and when you expect it. I never expected the demand grow as it has. We treat this as a real business, and we take security safety very seriously. We want to be here for the long haul. If you got a special request, need a favor, got questions, feel free to reach out and talk to us. I'm usually the one answering the messages, the other guys can't type, so forgive me if I don't get a response back to you right away. Vroom Vroom. Post by Padawan65. I think we are lucky to have 3 vendors that are supplying great products. The first order I placed on Silk Road was with VMM, just placed an order, no pre-chat, knew what I wanted, he replied almost immediately, asked me to finalize early, no problem, did that. About 8 days later he made me, told me he had a small supply problem, and that my order was delayed and I would receive in 10-15 days, which I did, and it was well over 0.65 per 0.5G order. Great product. Have placed a second order and he is marked in transit, and hasn't asked me to finalize early, so all is cool. He seems a no-nonsense vendor who doesn't put up with shit. Placed an order with Tbug during the sale, and that arrived today. Product looks excellent, nice shards, but saving for the weekend, had about 0.05 gram taste and it seemed very good. Only 10 days to receive to Australia. This guy must have been in military to have this precision, and his packing is a work of art. Vroom vroom sound excellent. May place an order but the other two are both such a high standard, it is hard to see the point, but probably will. Then there is the store. I wait for a bit more feedback, a bit disappointed Heisenberg won't ship internationally, but that is decision, seems to constantly sell out with the North American market. The only downside is that compared to the quality of these vendors the local stuff is looking very ordinary, and it is 3x as expensive, so no more impulse buys, just have to wait for deliveries. At the moment we seem spoiled for choice, and all quality, don't think we can go wrong at the moment. Post by, Disco King 23. I'm looking forward to seeing your product and prices. Tony 76. Any ideas when you're gonna put the listings up? Post by, Keto Jigdaxivin. Hey guys, just wanted to pick your brains for a minute. I have both VMM's and WG's product, both received in the last few weeks, so their recent batch. While the effects seem to be pretty much on par with the other, there's some difference when vaping their products. Using the same method to vape, light bulb lol, VMM's meth has a slightly different taste but more importantly is easier to turn brown than WG's. While I might be a meth noob, couple of months on and off, I think I've got the vaping method down pat. Ensure pipe, light bulb, is clean inside and out. Use a BIC lighter and top of flame shouldn't come closer to the glass than 1 centimeter. Move the flame around a bit while rotating the bulb as well to spread the liquid in an attempt to keep the temp even. Do not let the liquid also. I usually don't vape any more than 40 milligrams at a time. Any ideas guys? Post by, Johnny Boy 91. You only should heat up the glass till it turns to liquid and starts vaping, then you roll it around onto more of the hot area so it vapes up as the thin layer slides over the hot area. If you hold heat to it too long it will burn. It's best to let it all recrystallize before you start to smoke again. I usually use a jet lighter as it's so much quicker and better I reckon. Anytime I've had to use a big lighter from then on seems I'm waiting an eternity for it to heat up. Haha. Fuck that shit, I just wanna smoke already, not get old waiting for it to vape. Post by, Obfuscator. I gotta give another bump to Vroom Vroom. I needed some fuel for a project of work that needs to be completed ASAP. I asked for overnight shipping, and I got my order 16 hours. Amazing. Plus the packaging could not be any better. ICOULDN. T ask for more. Thanks VV. Post by, Slider Daddy. The English language is deficient of adjectives and adverbs to describe the accomplishment achieved in this vendor's endeavor. Thank you, very kindly. Slide. Post by, The Store. To celebrate my first month on ESA and the start of my review thread, I am having a 72-hour sale on cocaine and meth. My products are top quality and exactly as described. If there is ever a problem with quality, quantity, whatever, please let me know and I will fix it. Prices are good until the morning of February 28, 2012 in the United States. Cocaine, this is a top quality product taken right off the brick. 3.5g balls on sale for $315, that's $90 gram. Grams on sale for $110. Meth, 3.5g balls on sale for $350. That's $100 gram. Grams on sale for $120. Any comparisons of my products to others are encouraged. This is the best stuff I have seen and would like to know how it compares to top quality vendors like Tetravort and Heisenberg. Post by, Phil198022. Do you send to the Europe? Have past shipments to Europe customers arrived? Post by, The Store. Yes. Very successful sending to UK, Sweden, Netherlands, Germany, and I think a couple others. Free first class shipping worldwide. Post by, Guido King. the only meth vendor that has shipped the day he said he shipped and not made me wait 3-4 weeks and lie all the way about it being sent as WG. Plus, even when you order one of his normal listings, you are getting one solid shard, or maybe I was lucky, but he does try to get it to you as whole as possible. Not really his fault if his supplier doesn't have many 3.5 gram shards, why no? Hehe. Post by Danilo Blandon. I want some. I am getting feedback from another ESA member who made orders me. I started with Vortex Milkman cause of his rep seniority. He didn't he answer my PM even after it was discussed here on the board. What the fuck. Hey, that's great buddy, but I am being told there's at least one PM in our inbox that you haven't he answered asking about the ship date on an order for stuff at pre-sale prices. Maybe make sure all pending commitments are shipped before tying up members' Bitcoin in escrow with a sale. I want order until my pal gets his. Good to hear. The proof is in the pudding and so far no pudding deliveries, but this guy says WG looks like the only one who is really in the game. Probably maybe the store will come through eventually. Vroom vroom, all talk, hot air. Funny thing is, if there was ever a drug that makes repeat customers, it's meth. A meth dealer prints money. So the first seller who actually comes across will probably get a long-term customer. Product talks, bullshit walks. Scammers? DOESNT look like it, but who knows? Post by Guido King. The problem is that, just like with L, they know they have the market cornered, and on top of that, we meth users are as consistent with purchases as smackheads, so they know they're not going to lose sales as long as all the other vendors are as squeezed as they are. Let's hope WG has enough supply to maintain his business model long enough to force the back of the pack to catch up. Just don't go down the slippery slope and get like them, dub. Post by The Store. There is no such PM in my inbox. I have no complaints so far. Please let me know who is still expecting their order or tell them to write me again. I just looked over my messages again, and no one is asking where their order is. I only have one 4 out of 5 rating, and that is with blank feedback from a user that will not answer my PMs to tell me what was wrong. There is a PM wanting verification of an international order shipped on Tuesday, which it was, and I just answered via PM. Is that your friend? I just got the PM, so I don't think that is who you were talking about, but maybe so. Internationally the letter is not even late yet. As for Guido King, I would suggest he order from me and give my product and service a try. I'm sure he would happy. Please give me a try, Blandon. I'm sure you'll be happy also. Post by Tabanoid. Danilo, not trying to stir shit, just curious what issues did you have with Vroom Vroom? I've now ordered once from H. Berg, WG, and Vroom Vroom. H. Berg was a little slow putting in transit. Both WG and Vroom Vroom shipped very fast and discreet. I will totally admit I am a meth novice, but the quality seemed pretty consistent between the three, although I can't judge it on a 1-10 scale. Post by The Store. Danilo, maybe I should read more closely. You did say asking about ship date, and not wondering where the order was. Maybe that is who you were referring to. I would like to emphasize that the PM was answered within 24 hours and I simply verified that the order was shipped. Except in special circumstances, I do not click shipped until the order is actually shipped. The order in question is in the mail and is not late. It is expected to arrive in the coming week to that country. My commitments have all been met and will continue to be met. Post by Padawan65. Does anyone know what's happened to VMM? His page is now empty. Also cannot find any entries from Vroom Vroom. Post by Vroom Vroom. My entries are there, I just updated the pictures to show current product. Vroom Vroom. Post by Nomad Bloodbath. Placed an order with WG on Friday. We'll see how that works out. Nomad Bloodbath. Post by Priscilla Marie 90. Some shit got stirred up with a customer and he has either closed his own account or his account has been frozen by the Silk Road. It's in the best interest of VMM and the customer with whom he's having trouble that not much be said about the incident until it's been resolved. Post by Nomad Bloodbath. I cancelled my order with WG, went with Vroom Vroom instead. Nice clean high quality product, no gack residue. Customer service was amazing. Had my order 24 hours and 32 minutes later. Packaging the best I've seen in my 10-11 months at Silk Road, simply ingenious. In fact, it's time for a pick-me-up. Vroom Vroom made a customer of me, no need to go anywhere else, with his price, customer service, packaging and don't forget high-quality methamphetamine. Nomad Bloodbath. Post by, Tabanoid. Nomad. I can't understand what type of problem anyone could have with Vroom Vroom, my experience with him was just as impressive. My only issue was the day after my binge. Post by, Vortex Milkman. Hello all. I decided to take an entire ounce out of my latest re-up, break it down to half grams, and let them go for only 10 BTCs per 0.5 G instead of the usual 17 Bitcoin. This is a limited time sale and when this ounce goes it's gone, so get them while they last. That's right, the same great crystal from the Vortex, going on sale. B. Post by, DK Monk. How does Vroom's stuff compare to Heisenberg's? I am seriously considering going with him since my guy over at the other online drug market hasn't answered, but if I am paying $30 more I want the best there is available on this site. Post by, Tabanoid. I've had both, granted 2 months apart, and found them to be similar. Nomad Bloodbath, a forum superstar, has ordered from Vroom Vroom and gives high marks. Post by, Vortex Milkman. March 5th update. The sale was a great success and we sold out quick. However, due to a large number of requests, the sale is back on, featuring a new fresh batch of chunky shards. Post by, Kundalini 95. Hello guys. I can't decide on which vendor to choose for an order to West Europe. I can't decide between WG and the store. Shipping should not take longer than 14 days. P.S. Will the store do custom listings for 250 gram? Post by, Risky 2. Hi, I've bought both Heisenberg's and Vortex meth products. Each 0.5 grams apiece, back when Heisenberg was selling smaller amounts. Heisenberg's meth is great in that a little goes a long way for me. I still have about 0.1 gram left from when I bought his meth about 3 months ago. I am a casual meth smoker and use about once or twice a week. Vortex's meth is good and clean, and I like that he is still offering different amount price ranges. Heisenberg's only offering 1 grams nowadays, kinda puts me out his price range. So I like Vortex's most bang for the buck, and I hope keeps those sales going in the future. Post by, Obfuscator. I'm about to fuck you up with some truth, that's some good goddamn motherfucking prices for that shit, or my name isn't Kenny Powers. Post by, Vortex Milkman. I will. Average times to your locale is usually 7-12 days. B. Post by, Lards and Wishes. Saw a new vendor on SR today, Twagstar. Not much information, or pictures, but claims to have the best shards. Found this little excerpt from the user page a little unsettling. If you have a problem with something you received you need to let us know. There is no sympathy for a complainer who cries but has an empty bag. If this were the streets your ass would be in a sling. This does not sound like the kind of person that I would want to do business with, but it's really too early to judge. Post by, Vortex Milkman. I don't know what the fuck the above quote is from, or WHO said that, but I sure didn't. You're stupid, and you don't sound like the person I would even want a donation of free bitcoins from. Why didn't you tell the public the truth? You asked me to send a free sample to your address, with no intention of paying me, because your IQ level is just below the threshold to understand how to purchase bitcoins. Furthermore, you're asking me to accept other payment methods is a violation of site rules. You trying to get me to catch a case with DPR? Post by, Nomad Bloodbath. Lol. Post by, Norilov. I've made an order from Twagstar today. Seems to me I am his first buyer, will let you guys know if he is the real deal, or not. Post by, Fearless Freep. Vroom's was not quite as good as Heisenberg's, a bit less clean. Dub G's was just as good as Heisenberg's, and it appears he dropped his requirement to finalize early. Vortex Milkman is requiring early finalization even with an established rep, so that's a huge red flag, and so I won't be able to sample his wares. Post by Kundalini 95. Man, Vortex, you should read the posts carefully before you post. He is talking boo the vendor Twackstar. Don't go assuming that every negative comment in the meth vendor's review thread is directed at you, because it sure as hell isn't. Post by Vortex Milkman. I might have made a mistake, but the poster did send me a MSGS about that. That led me to believe the above comment was about me. Sorry, and all comments quotes should be removed so the poster I yelled at doesn't get his laundry aired. Sorry everyone. Post by Norilov. Twackstar has changed his policy from shipping worldwide to shipping only to US. As I am not a US resident, will claim money back or agree on the shipping anyway. Post by DK Monk. I just got Vroom Vroom's stuff. Here is what I think: packaging extraordinary. My wife took my package, because she thought it was drugs, and we opened it together and she was happy to see it wasn't and felt dumb for taking it. Product: it came crushed up, which I don't mind, but you can definitely tell it is some top quality stuff. I would give it an 8.5 out of 10, and 10 being something made in a laboratory. It has a smell about it when it is in the bag which is unique, so it must have been the reaction they used that made that smell when cooking it. I did 0.150 IB and got a mind-blowing rush and didn't think it was ever going to stop. This stuff is clean as well as far as the high. You don't feel dirty and have a headache like with some stuff. Post by Harpua 25. Wow. I just received my second order from Vroom Vroom, and the English language lacks the words to adequately describe how amazing the customer service is. Without getting into too many specifics, lest another customer complain if they don't receive the same amazing offer, Vroom was more accommodating than I ever could have hoped for and got my order to me faster than I believed possible. I will elaborate later on the product quality, but suffice it to say for now that it is very pure and clean burning crystal. Vroom is faster and more responsive than Amazon, let alone other meth vendors, and he has won a loyal customer. Post by Lards and Wishes. Yeah, I did message VMM the other day about alternatives to Bitcoin. I also messaged Vroom Vroom at the same time. Vroom Vroom messaged me back and offered to send me a free sample, much to my surprise. Being the greedy shellfish bastard that I can be, I figured, what the hell, I might as well ask and see if VMM does the same. Going off on some wild tangent about law enforcement is hopefully just the dope talking, cause I hope that shit ain't permanent. Post by Hugh Hoyce Louis. Looking into getting 0.25G delivered to Europe. Anyone have experience with this? ATM looking to go with VMM because of awesome value. Post by Just 4 Drugs 2122. VMM will easily be able to get 0.25G delivered in Europe. He's been a member for 9 months, at least that's what his profile says, so he has a fair bit of experience it seems. Can't wait for my first order to come in from him. Proper shards for once. Haha. Post by Subtlety. So I was gone for a couple of weeks, but I got a post. My most recent order was from Vroom and it was excellent. I've never had faster shipping on ESA, and at least a quarter, maybe closer to half, of the gram I ordered was one big beautiful shard. I almost didn't even want to smoke it. Plus, my pipes stayed clean the whole time, 8 days of smoking. His shit was awesome. Guys, all the meth coming from ESA is good, but as far as speed and accuracy, Vroom and Dub are tops right now. Anyway, just placed an order with Twackstar. We'll let you know how it goes. Post by Nikes 2. Hey, can't say anything about quality as it's my first and probably only time testing meth, but just here to review vendor Dub G that I got what seemed like really nice crystals in about a week to Norway. Well packaged and everything, no complaints. Just been testing half of my 0.5G the past 24 hours now, probably hitting bed soon. Woo, seems nice, can't say for sure then as I'm a first timer, but I'm pretty sure it's not bad stuff and would use same vendor again. Love the look of those crystals, thanks Dub G. Post by Hugh Hoyce Louis. Ordered 0.25G of the sales special meth for 5 Bitcoin off VMM to Europe. Will update when if it arrives. Post by, Torn. I don't know how any of you are getting product. It seems like every order I make gets a 1 week or more delay before even shipping. I guess I'll go back to my previous vendor selection method based on coin flipping. Post by, SM69me3 now. I just want to add my 2 cents about Dub G, who is an awesome vendor on SR. I've ordered from him 3 times now and he always comes through, is very generous and super stealthy. His product is top notch and will not disappoint. If you are looking for good crystals, Dub G is the go-to guy. I stand by him with trust. Post by, Obfuscator. Vortex has stepped up his shipping to the next level. Not only is he selling motherfucking fire-ass methamphetamines, but his sale prices are the bomb.com. Not only did I get a cheap half gram, it was overweight. I think everyone would agree that BMM's Bitamultin is top shelf, it not the best. Can't get better than that. Post by, whatever works. Of all the vendors I've dealt with at SR, no one compares to Vroom Vroom. And while the product is very nice and is at a high level, the customer service is amazing. Hey, or they have gone above and beyond what I experienced from most other vendors. I've requested countless last-minute overnight shipments and they have pulled through each time. Even if my Bitcoin hasn't made to me to complete the order right then, they ship it out regardless. Of course, payment arrives shortly thereafter. Every transaction has been spot on. Well, except the first one when they just started selling, but it's been made up for majorly. Anyway, that's what I think. Legit businesses could learn a few things from Vroom Vroom. 0. Post by, Lucky 7. Everyone could take a lesson from Vroom on customer service. He far surpasses even legit companies and businesses in service. Always overnights my stuff if it took longer than usual getting out. He was late once by 1 day, and sent me 2 GS free to make up for it. Orders always look heavy, hell I seldom even check any more cause I know it's at the very least on point. I've used every vendor in this section at one time or another, haven't tried Twixtar yet, and have seen how each handle things, some very well, others not so much, but I can say that Vroom is the best vendor on SR, and finally someone that is up to my business, always service with a smile, mutual trust, pleasantries, reliability etc. Post by, Tabanoid. I think all of the vendors have their ups and downs on shipping time. I've hit real quick on them and had to wait a few days before being put in transit otherwise. I think your best bet is to PM as you have a target date you are looking at. H-Berg, Dub G, and Vroom Vroom I've all dealt with and they're all stand-up dudes gals. Post by, Torn. Definitely. I also think that all vendors that I've dealt with are stand-up guys as well. I think that I've just been having rotten luck in timing my order with various untold dramas that just so happen to happen for them around the same time. I know shit happens for everyone, no biggie. I've decided to blame the meth fairy for fucking up my orders, bitch has it in for me lately. Post by, Labot Barn. I've dealt with Dub G Vroom Vroom. I have nothing but positive things to say about both. In terms of quality, both were top-notch IMO. I can only compare it with lab grade which I once had access to, which oddly enough had a brutal come down which has been totally non-existent W above S of vendor's product. In terms of customer service, one could easily exhaust oneself accurately describing that provided by Vroom Vroom, but it all comes down to prompt, friendly communication and prompt, stealthy shipping. It makes me grin knowing that the best customer service I've ever experienced, anywhere, ever, period, for anything, is on SR from Vroom Vroom. Post by, Norilov. Twagstar never replied except asking for some extra bitcoins for shipping, which I agreed to pay, and in the end never sent the small crystal to me. So, I will revert to reputable buyers. Post by, Mars Volta 12. Honestly all I have to say is wow. Vroom Vroom might just be my new favorite tweak dealer on SR fastest shipping, free upgrade to overnight from priority because he is just awesome, phenomenal customer service, shipping that is on par with Heisenberg, best on SR that is only tied with Ivory, and the biggest shards I have ever received. One rock was about .8 Your amazing vroom vroom and please stay. Post by Tweedledum. I received an order from Vortex Milkman earlier this week, and I couldn't be happier with the transaction. It arrived only a couple of days after I feed, much sooner than I thought I would get it. The product was about 10 overweight, and that is something I appreciate. It burns very clean. It stinks like cat piss when you first open it up, though, be forewarned. The packaging was sufficient. Do not open it in front of anyone you don't trust. All in all, a good experience.